Good afternoon and welcome to Lansdowne Road for this most vital Group 7 European Championship match against Spain. Now, it's a very gloomy day here in Dublin, but there's nothing gloomy at all about the atmosphere in Lansdowne Road. A tremendous crowd, tremendous atmosphere, and rightly so, because this is a game that can have a profound effect on where we go in this particular championship. A game, in fact, that we should win. It's Ireland's third game in the European Championship, and what a pity that it's played against a background of injury with 8 of Owen Hand's squad, the original squad, unable to play because of injury. But still, it looks an experienced side against very much the unknown quantity from Spain, because they're rebuilding after a disastrous World Cup and have only 3 players from the World Cup squad in action. So what lies ahead? Plenty of questions to be answered. Let's put them now to our soccer experts, Liam Toohey and Pat Courtney. First of all, Liam, how good, in your estimation, can Spain be today?
Well, Bill, everybody are judging Spain on their performance in the World Cup, which was very disappointing. I feel that they couldn't take the pressure of being the home team. I saw a Spanish First Division game 4 weeks ago, and the quality of the football was excellent. The movement off the ball was quite superb, and I think that Spain will probably be Ireland's biggest danger.
But a lot of people make the point, of course, that Spanish football is marvellous, but it doesn't translate into the national team.
Yes, they're allegedly bad travellers, etc. I would say that I normally pick Ireland to beat anybody at home. I have my doubts today.
Do you share those doubts, Pat Courtney?
Yes, before the Iceland game and even after the Iceland game, I thought Spain, like Liam says, are possibly the strongest team in the group, particularly after their World Cup disappointment. They'd be trying to prove something to the fans back home. I think they've a new team today, as you say, 3 World Cup players on it. I think they'd be really a danger to Ireland. I think the Irish team, reshaped due to injuries, but still in all, we've got at least 8 players who would have been in the original team. Initially, as I say, I thought it'd be 0-0, but I'm changing it. Listening to the crowd out there, I think we'll win 1-0.
All right, gentlemen, we leave it there. We see what happens. Let's go to our match commentator, Jimmy McGee.
Well, it certainly isn't the sort of weather that the Spaniards should enjoy. It's quite cold and very wet. But the Irish supporters don't mind. The ground has a near capacity attendance and optimism prevails despite the number of defections from the Irish team. 7 probable first-choice players absent. So it's a remarkable tribute, really, to Ireland's talent pool that manager Owen Hand can still field a team that has a total of 225 caps. There are 5 changes from the side that started against Iceland 5 weeks ago. Kevin Moran, David O'Leary, Mike Walsh, Ronnie Whelan and Gary Wallach replaced by Mick Martin, John Devoyne, Chris Houghton, Ashley Grimes and Kevin O'Callaghan. And for the 4th name from the top of that list, Mick Martin, it's a very special day today. We'll be looking at him in close-up in a few minutes' time. But that's the Ireland team with still a lot of experience therein. It's a much-changed Spanish side from that which participated in this year's World Cup finals, as you heard from Bill on the panel. They've a new manager and 7 new faces. Only goalkeeper and captain are Canada, Camacho, who will wear number 3, Gordillo, who will wear number 6, and centre-forward Santillana survive. Actually, of the side that played Northern Ireland 5 months ago, only 3 remain. The Irish team having a last limber up. A lot of worries here about the light today, and with the rain and a bit of darkness hanging over, we're just keeping fingers crossed that there won't be more rain and spoil the finish for the live spectators, though generally the electronic cameras can make the picture look much better than it actually is on site. Liam Brady from Sampdoria and Genoa in Italy, having a very good season in the Italian First Division. His 38th international today, and he undoubtedly will command most of the attention from the Spaniards. Liam Brady then. And Mick Martin, making today his 50th international appearance for Ireland. First capped 11 years ago, and his father Con has 36 caps for Ireland. So between the Martins, father and son, 86 internationals, a remarkable family record. The Spanish team, a lot of very good players in this Spanish team. despite the many changes that the new manager Munoz has made. The teams will be presented to President Hillary in just a moment, but while we're awaiting that, I think one thing Eamon Dunphy were glad of, in the early morning here in Dublin there was a high wind, but particularly the goalkeepers will be glad that that's gone.
Yes, it will. Wind can ruin a game very often, and the players will be well pleased that there's no wind to contend with today.
A lot of controversy, Eamon Dunphy, about the state of the grass on the last occasion. Today it's cut and much better.
It's cut and it won't matter so much because there's been a nice light fall of rain on the ground, and that will make the ball run through, and that matters more than you imagine to players. They like the feel of a ball running through them without bumps and twists and turns, and the players will be well pleased with that drop of rain.
I mentioned there about Liam Brady will command most of the Spanish attention. I think you must agree with that.
Oh, I do. Liam has come back to his best in his last two internationals, and at his best he's one of the most inventive players in Europe, and I hope to see him going forward and running at the Spanish defenders and committing them, because he has tended to get involved very deep in the Irish play, and I don't think he has the stamina and the temperament for that. But going forward, he's one of the best players in Europe, and he could do a lot of damage today.
The officials today are from West Germany, and it's Jan Fidels who's in charge of the match, taking his 10th full international and his 40th European match in all, including club matches. Teams have been presented to President Patrick Hillary. Spain, of course, captained by the goalkeeper Arconada, probably the most popular sportsman in all of Spain, and in a country where bullfighting is king. That's saying something. On the red carpet after distributing the flowers. Have been known to play a physical game, and certainly against Iceland, Ireland did. So the referee today could be a very important figure in this game.
Yes, I agree, Jimmy. I think that the Spanish, if it does cut up rough, they look as if they have a few handy lads there, and I think they'll be too good for us in this area, or too bad for us, as the case may be. But Spanish football is the dirtiest in Europe, Jimmy, and if it does get tough, these boys will be able to handle themselves, and I wouldn't be too confident that would be a good thing for us. I think it'd be a bad thing for us if that happens.
But while they may be physical, they are also generally very skillful.
They're very skillful, and you can expect them to be very sharp on the break. But I think that coming to Ireland, we have a reputation in Europe, an undeserved reputation for being tough and dirty, and we aren't really. This is quite a lightweight side, and it will suit us to get the game flowing and keep the ball moving. And I think that the Spanish will try and break that up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we had a pretty torrid afternoon, Jimmy.
One member of the Irish panel will be familiar with the referee, that's Mikey Walsh. He's on the subs bench today, but in fact, this same referee refereed him in European competition last week, and Mickey Walsh gives him a very high rating. In fact, in Mickey's own words, he says, if anything, he's a little bit of a homer, and that can't be bad.
They're all homers, Jimmy.
Tony Grealish, number 8, the Irish skipper, getting on good terms straight away with a very happy-looking referee, Jan Fidels from Hanover in West Germany. Arconada from San Sebastian in the Basque Country, the captain of Spain. And not wearing the Spanish national socks, but the socks of his club team. Now, Tony, what shall I do? Very nervous time for the players. In the Spanish back four, 3 players from Real Madrid, currently leading the Spanish First Division. Among those, the very long-haired Juan Jose, who play on the right-hand side of the defence and is a very good player, if temperamental. Their number 4, Maceda, whom you will see shortly, is one of the tallest players in Spain at 6'5". So certainly Ireland's Robinson and/or Stapleton will get very little in the air down around there. And this is Brady to Ashley Grimes. Good run by Stapleton. There's the first tackle by Maceda on Stapleton. Brady! What a start that would have been in 15 seconds. Unbelievable. The referee played the advantage when Frank Stapleton was fouled. The break of the play came to Brady. He had it on his weaker side, the right foot, but it certainly was a chance in 15 seconds. Senor. Less than a minute gone, and already there are indications that this indeed could be a pretty physical game. Big man here, number 4, is Maceda. Victor will be Liam Brady's marker today. Senor. Good challenge by Grealish. Grimes to Michael Robinson. An attempted body check survived. Shot by Grimes! Ashley Grimes! What a start for Ireland! Oh, a marvellous goal. Here's the breakdown of the play. And everybody celebrates. Back with the live action, Ireland lead 1-0, and Grimes, who wasn't in the original paddle at all, has made it 1-0 for Ireland. A dream start. The goal made by a good run by Michael Robinson.
That was a marvellous goal. And Ashley Grimes, I'm very, very pleased to see that. He's done well for Manchester United, really. Had an unfortunate sending off at West Ham recently. and that's a marvellous comeback to international football. And Mick Robinson was very game and courageous and positive on the run.
And a
that's what
good
made
piece
it
of
known.
refereeing, because it was a body check and he let it be.
Yes, it was. That was a good piece of refereeing, but Robinson really made it. He didn't look for the foul, he kept going, and this is what you have to do. You've got to think positively, and it was a great goal, a great start for Ireland, Jim.
1.5 minutes gone, Ireland took the lead 1-0. And up goes the man who got it, Ashley Grimes. Victor for Spain. Interception, Grealish, safely to McDonagh. Owen Hand told his players just before the game that every one of them was in with a chance of retaining his place. If they did well today, it was up to the men who are out of the side today to fight their way back. So there's every incentive for the men on duty to do well, and Grimes has certainly done it. That was a foul, and a silly one, by Michael Robinson. Well, that has shaken the Spaniards and has lifted this enthusiastic Irish support to new heights. Senor for Spain. Juan Jose getting in behind Kevin O'Callaghan. But the whistle had gone. There's such a din here at Lansdowne Road. And what a support this national team has. Two very big central defenders that Spain have, Bonnet and Maceda. And here's Stapleton. Lovely little ball for O'Callaghan. Brought down by Maceda, no free kick. But off the Spanish boot for a corner kick to Ireland. Kevin O'Callaghan in his 9th international today. Liam Brady to take the corner ball. And Mark Lawrenson is up to augment the front runners. Up goes Robinson. In goes Grealish. This is a tigerish start by Ireland with 5 minutes gone. Pedrazza, he scored against Iceland. Martin it was who was shepherding him to the end line. Pedrazza from Atletico Madrid. Up goes McMartin. This is Godillo. Santillana, Marcos. Santillana again. Senor, and in goes Tony Grealish. Well, what a start. In 15 seconds a chance. In 90 seconds another one, and that one counted. And Ireland lead 1-0. Three is Chris Hughton. Missed the game against Iceland. Mistake between Bonnet and Marcos. Here's Brady. Stapleton, and a very good tackle by Juan Jose. When Spain looks skinned at the back again. Very unhappy Spanish defence at the moment. Kevin O'Callaghan's corner kick. Arconada, one-handed punch. Marcos. Ten is Victor. Liam Brady over the ball, 3 is Skewton. McMartin. Robinson trying to get free of the defenders, and another corner kick to Ireland. Again, it's Kevin O'Callaghan. Way by Bonnet. In comes Martin. Oh, it's a very good-looking break here by Gordillo. Pedrazza was offside. U-turn to Mark Lawrenson. Stapleton and Lawrenson again. Trying to hit Kevin O'Callaghan. Nice piece of play there by Bonnet. Maseda. Ball's in touch. Lawrenson survives the challenge from Pedrazza, the little Spanish number 7. This is John Devine. Robinson and Stapleton both showing early for the ball and doing very well up front. That's Victor, the referee, pushing away from Liam Brady. Here's Stapleton. Linesman is flagged. Whatever ensues, it won't count. But a bit of leather flying there. With 10 minutes gone. At Lansdowne Road. Republic of Ireland 1, Spain 0, and in case you've been in late for it, it was Ashley Grimes who got the goal, and it was a cracker. Lawrenson knocks it down to Grimes. Up goes Maseda. Now O'Callaghan, who climbs very well for a small man. Tough, hard physical match. Maseda for Spain. Beautifully killed by Victor. Goes for the return from Pedrazza. Santillanas pulled to the far post. It was Lawrenson, number 5, conceding the corner kick. Pedrazza to take it. Santillanas the man to watch in there. That was he jumping, but Lawrenson got there first. Victor, Camacho, Bonnet, Senor, Juan Jose, careless ball. Nice play, Grealish. To Stapleton, to Grealish, to Devine. And Stapleton again, looking very sharp today, Frank Stapleton. Hammer then by Bonnet. Rather think Stapleton making the most of that. But no doubt the two central Spanish defenders very unhappy with Stapleton and Robinson. John Devine. In goes Stapleton. Stapleton and Juan Jose. have been involved again. This Spanish number 2, Juan Jose, very talented player, but very temperamental. Been in a lot of trouble in the Spanish league this season. Martin for O'Callaghan. Nicely played back to Houghton, to Grimes, to O'Callaghan. Ball is out of play. The man with the ball in his hand now, Pedraza, very good player. Small, nippy, tricky on the ball, and will need a bit of watching. Mick Martin's 50th international appearance, though officially I think only 49 caps, none having been awarded for the Argentine match, that UNICEF match a few years ago. Maceda to Bonnet. Senor looking for Marcos. Nice tackle, John Devine. Robinson dispossessed by Senor. Mick Martin playing very composed at the back to Brady. Houghton. Mark Lawrenson. I like the industry of Pedraza though when Ireland have possession at the back. He's really chased around and harried. This is Lawrenson. Michael Robinson to Ashley Grimes. Devine. Marcos back with him. Good play, Devine. Stapleton trying the volley. Contingent of Spanish supporters on the east stand, corner of the east stand there, as you can see. Right centre of your picture. Unhappy, but still willing to cheer on the Spanish team. This is Camacho. Houghton and McDonough calls for it. Houghton thinks better of it. And Juan Jose is tackled from Real Madrid. Juan Jose's header. Brady. Left it a bit short for Kevin O'Callaghan. This is Victor. Senor. Santillana. Victor. Maceda. Marcos. Houghton. Cool play by Mark Lawrenson. Then by Grimes, and it's now with Brady. Grimes. Houghton giving it away after so much good play at the back by the Irish team. And a goal kick to Spain. But nonetheless, 16 minutes gone, Eamon Dunphy. A very competent and confident start by Ireland.
Yes, and a very aggressive start. And that's exactly what they needed to do. And in a funny way, the absence of some of the more established players has worked in Ireland's favour. People like Ashley Grimes, Kevin O'Callaghan and John Devine have taken the chance and really gone out and played uninhibitedly and done well. It's good to see Mick Martin too playing so well at the centre of the Irish defence. He's a good old veteran, Mick. And this is his 50th cap, and it's great to see an old pro still with enough confidence and composure to push the ball around at the back and organise people as well. It's a good start. We look a little bit ragged on the left side of our defence at the moment. Chris Houghton is not having a good game, but it's a very satisfactory start. We want to get a second goal now as quickly as we can.
Perhaps this might be the springboard for it. A foul by Camacho on Robinson and a free kick here for Ireland. Liam Brady there with the ball and with John Devine. And Tony Grealish. And the support strong and vocal as ever. Referee was about to reach for a card there, and I thought. To Devine. In goes Stapleton. Cut off by the big centre-back Bonnet. Nice move by Ireland. And a foul by Juan Jose on Lawrenson. And this is a wild boy, this number 2 of Spain. And he's booked. Juan Jose is booked.
He butted Liam Brady there off the ball. He butted Liam Brady in the face, and he's lucky to be staying on the pitch. Really, this is a bit silly. Ireland are getting themselves involved in this too, and this doesn't suit us. One or two of the Irish players are getting involved in niggly off-the-ball incidents. We just want to keep the game flowing and walk away from trouble, because any trouble has got to suit Spain.
Well, Juan Jose, I'm afraid, had a mere mark from the start, and he really has no composure at all at this level. That's a great piece of play by Santillana to win that ball then. Godillo trying to hit Santillana, and it's Brady back. Now Grimes. Robinson and Camacho. And a touch of the half Nelsons. Liam Brady. Tony Grealish. Senor, who's playing so well in the midfield for Spain. Godillo. Mick Martin. Having a splendid match, Mick Martin. Away goes Marcos, and Martin takes him out. And Martin has been booked. Mick Martin is booked. Godillo's free kick, down by Santillana. Brady. That's beautiful play by Brady. Splendid piece of skill by Liam Brady. Devine to Grealish. Martin. Macedo, a good defensive header. Marcos, and a foul by Devine, and he was lucky to escape censure there. And as Eamon Dunphy mentioned a moment ago, Ireland getting involved in some silly tackles, but the score with 20.5 minutes gone is still Ireland 1, Spain 0. Spain beginning to believe in themselves just that little bit more, particularly with the play of their number 8 Senor at midfield, who's done a lot of very good things for them. Martin, Pedrazza, Houghton, Brady, Robinson, Maceda, and Grimes' challenge. And the whistle has gone. Grimes, of course, recently played with Manchester United in the club match against Valencia. A pretty tough encounter that was. But word passes around among footballers about other footballers so well, and the Spaniards' reputation isn't exactly 10 out of 10. This is Camacho's free kick. Santillana's the big man in the air. There he is. That's Lawrenson. That's Marcos swinging wild elbows at Brady. Devine to Grealish. And the Irish captain pulls it down. Quarter way through the game. Devine, Senor for Spain. What a challenge there by Devine on Victor. Liam Brady. Robinson. Martin missed it, but there's enough cover at the back. And Grimes challenges Gordillo. This is Ashley Grimes. And little Senor again for Spain. And here he is again. Maceda. Marcos trying his luck on this side. Santillana with Lawrenson having a great battle. Juan Jose. Good play by Ireland at the back. Martin to Brady, Brady to Devine. And Mick Martin looking for the ball, wanting to be involved. Houghton to Grealish. Stapleton. Fouled by Bonnet. And Bonnet is being booked. I should imagine not just for that tackle, but for persistent fouling. 3 yellow cards have been shown. 2 to Spain, 1 to Ireland. It's been a long succession of free kicks, and it's a game really without continuity. Liam Brady. Stapleton, the little flick on again. Martin with Pedraza. Robinson. Martin again. Here's Senor for Spain. Very apt name for a Spanish player. Maceda. Nobody working left. Here's Martin. To Mark Lawrenson. Houghton. Martin to John Devine. Robinson with Camacho. Lawrenson. Victor was in with that late challenge. Devine for Brady. Lovely little cross. In goes Robinson. Here's O'Callaghan. Robinson. Grimes again. El Arcolana smothers it, and it's a corner kick. But Ashley Grimes was on target one more time. And Ashley Grimes has surely left his calling card in this match. In the general play, perhaps not all that prominent, but within shooting distance, he's been a menace to Spain. Brady. And offside then against Frank Stapleton. But one more time, Emma Dunphy, Ashley Grimes showing his stuff within shooting distance.
Yes, he's doing well and around the edge of the box. And he's always looking for things, and you have to be optimistic there and keep making your runs. And he's gone on the end of things when the clearance is out of the box, and that's a good quality. Ireland have got to keep the pace and the rhythm of the game moving. The Spanish have got back into the game, and they're playing within themselves at times. Little Senor, the number 8, and Victor, the number 10, 2 good players. We've got to keep the pressure on them, and we've got to keep the pressure on ourselves. Otherwise, the game will go to sleep, and that won't suit us.
This is Marcos. Gordillo, one of the World Cup survivors. Stapleton back, harrying and hustling. Good play there. And again, looking for Santillana, far post. And a goal kick to Ireland. But Santillana here, real name Carlos Alonso, but named after the village he was born in. Santillana, one of the best headers of the ball in Europe. Juan Jose. Brady. Foul on Michael Robinson by Camacho. And Mick Byrne back as Ireland's trainer, out to attend to Michael Robinson, and a chance for a 28-minute assessment from Eamon Duncan.
It's after a good start. At times Ireland have let the pace of the game drop, and the Spaniards are back in it now. They're constructing little moves in midfield, and they're not so panicky at the back. But the feature of the game really is the way the Spanish back four tackle from behind and bring Frank Stapleton and Michael Robinson down. We keep knocking balls into feet and they keep chopping us down. Now sooner or later the referee is going to have to act about that. Bonnet has already been booked for persistent fouling, and Camacho, he must be in the danger area. Juan Jose, he's already got a booking, so he must be in the danger area. And this is the way, the cynical way really, that they break the rhythm of our game. We've got to keep the pressure on ourselves and keep the momentum going and keep the rhythm going and look for a second goal.
16 minutes to half-time. And a goal kick to Spain. By the way, the Irish substitutes today are Jerry Payton, goalkeeper, Mike Walsh of Everton, a defender, Brendan O'Callaghan, who presumably could be used as defender as well as a front player, Mickey Walsh from Oporto in Spain, and Jerry Ryan. Michael Robinson for Brady. Brady hitting what looked a perfect ball to Stapleton, well read by Maceda at the back. And this is Senor. Now Victor. Cordelio. Houghton. Pedrazza. Brady been caught in possession by Pedrazza, fouled by Brady. Many in the crowd unimpressed by the performance of Pedrazza on the turf. He will arise now and go about his business. And that's Godillo about to take the free kick for Spain. 1-0 Ireland lead. 14 minutes to the half-time break. Drops to Maceda! Walloped it! 1-1. Maceda, the big centre-back, came forward. The free kick taken by Godillo. And the number 4, Maceda, walloping it to the net. There's the goal scorer.
It was a very, very bad free kick to concede. And the point I was making before about the number of free kicks Ireland are getting, we haven't used our free kicks very well, and that was a classic example of them using theirs to great effect. And it was a bad free kick. Liam shouldn't have been in possession there, and it's a lack of concentration. It's a lack of ability to keep the pressure on yourself when you're 1-0 up and look for the second goal. It's a disappointing goal to give away. Stupid at this level, really.
Here's Brady in possession now for Ireland. And a clash of heads between Maceda and Bonnet. Was it Bonnet? Now Devine coming in. Spain growing in confidence as the minutes tick by. Lawrenson, Robinson, Brady. In goes Robinson, but with the ball is the man whose goal has leveled the match, Maceda. Mickey Martin, Frank Stapleton. Devine to Martin. Grimes. Devine, Marcos the challenging player.
Just to point out, reflecting on that goal, people tend to think that football's about spectacular things, and games are won and lost on spectacular things. They're not really, you know, it's simple things. That was just a simple matter of concentration and a 5-yard pass. It's amazing, the simple things do matter in football, Jimmy, even at this level, particularly at this level.
This European Championship match all tied up now. And Ireland won, Spain won. And 11.5 minutes to half-time. Undoubtedly of the two sides, Spain the happier now. This is Victor. Santillana, strong fellow. Godillo. That was Victor having the shot. The challenging player was Lawrenson, and it's a corner kick to Spain. Pedrazza. There's the foul on Pedrazza by Brady that was led to the goal. Brady. Well, that was beautifully controlled and well done. What an important dribble by Brady out of defence. Foul by Victor. Houghton. Surviving Pedrazza's tackle. And surviving the one from Senor. And feeding Michael Robinson far post. And a very good piece of play by Chris Houghton, the number 3. John Devine, Michael Robinson, Tony Grealish. And a corner kick to Ireland, with Arcanala very annoyed at his defenders. Still some empty spaces in the ground, but a mighty crowd for a 2:30 start on the middle of a working day. O'Callaghan's corner kick. Up goes Big Maceda. Brady, Grealish. Brady. Pedrazza. This is Juan Jose. And it was Frank Stapleton who got back. Now it's Devine. Lawrenson. Stapleton. Brady waits. Foul by Victor, and Victor will be booked. If Liam Brady gets involved, he'll get booked too, and Victor is booked. For persistent breaches of the laws of football on Brady, Victor has gone in the book, and that's now 3 Spaniards who've seen yellow. 1 Irish, Mick Martin. Juan Jose, the number 2, Bonnet, the 5, and Victor, the 10, have been booked. Lawrenson, but no danger. It's 4-1. Martin. Ireland lucky that broke for them. Maceda as Grimes went in very hard and very late. Victor. Marcos. Here's Lawrenson. Marcos. Godillo. Senor from the Zaragoza club. Lovely play by Pedrazza. Pulling it back for Santillana. Goal kick. Martin. Devine. Robinson. This is Brady. Don't know whether Martin called or not, or whether Brady was just chancing it. But Spain have it, and this is Victor. Gordillo. Marcos. Juan Jose. Grimes. Stapleton. Great play by Stapleton. And he's gone back for it again. If Frank Stapleton was paid on actual work performed in a match, he'd be the highest paid footballer in the Irish team. Ever willing to work, to fight for everything that's going. But really, after Stapleton had made that run, it was asking a lot of him to go for the ball back. Lawrenson been challenged by Santillana, and Martin back to help. Mark Lawrenson. Chris Houghton.
Go on, David! Go on!
Lawrenson again. And Houghton again. O'Callaghan a little unlucky then. We haven't seen a lot of Kevin O'Callaghan in this game. This is Brady. Houghton. Bonnett's challenge. And stopped by Houghton. Juan Jose to Senor. Gone out. This right back's concentration hasn't been the best in this match. Another example of it then. I think he's more involved in the physical battle than in the football one. Lawrence to Martin. Lawrenson again. Ireland have Robinson, Stapleton forward. Trying to make some movement around the box as Houghton takes it forward for Ireland. Now Brady. Nice lovely play again by Brady. Goalkeeper unsure whether to stay or go. Martin, Grealish. Made it difficult for Martin then, but Lawrenson's there to cover. Pump it into that space. The Sadis clearance only as far as Grealish. And another free kick to Ireland. Now, what have Ireland got around the box? As Brady and Grealish and Devine talk about the free kick. Grimes there, centre of the picture, moving down. Robinson there too, and Mark Lawrenson's done. Some chance there for handball. Here's Kevin O'Callaghan, but not able to trick his way in. Thought there was definite chance of handball then, as Spain go on the break. And here's the danger with Santillana pulling away. Pedraza. Marcos. Senor. Martin. And how well Mick Martin has played, and how nice it is to see him do so too. Here's Brady. So 1 minute to go to the half-time break. Ireland 1, Spain 1. What a tremendous piece of play this by Marcos to Pedraza, offside. But Marcos really looking terrifically sprightly there as he went past the Irish defenders. And for all the old talk about how tough Spain are, have no doubts there's a tremendous depth of skill in the side as well. And indeed, to be fair to the match, I think the showing of 4 yellow cards has cooled it down considerably in the last 20-25 minutes, and most of them are getting on with the playing of the game. Spanish goalkeeper Arconada beaten once by Ashley Grimes in a minute and a half. Lawrenson. Marcos. Juan Jose surviving Ashley Grimes' wild challenge. Martin's header only goes to Marcos. Marcos into Senor, and Martin recovers it. The match is now in time added on for various stoppages. Half a minute of that has been played. Again, Herr Fidelch, the referee, having a look at his watch. Surely must be very nearly the blow of half-time now. And it is half-time at Lansdowne Road, with the score: the Republic of Ireland 1, Spain 1. Grimes for Ireland, Maceda the centre-back for Spain. Good start to the half by Ireland, but as the game went on, Spain began to get more into it, particularly at midfield with Senor. Eamon Dunphy.
Yes, Senor, Victor, Pedraza and Gordillo particularly have gone about their business like good professional footballers. They got on the ball whenever they could, they've knocked it around amongst themselves, and they've controlled the rhythm of the game, and that's where I feel Ireland have failed. They failed to keep the pressure on themselves, to keep the tempo quick, and I think that the game has gone to sleep on us, and we've got a big job on our hands now to get the right result here.
Time for the teams to appraise the situation at half-time. We'll be back with the second half. For the moment, though, we leave you from Lansdowne Road with the scoreline: Republic of Ireland 1, Spain 1.
If you want to save your money and you want to talk to someone who can surely help to make that money grow, Irish Permanent is the #1. They're the people who know. You should put a little money in the Irish Permanent. Watch your savings growing. Put a little money in the Irish Permanent. Watch your savings grow.
Clear casters make lots of beautiful things. Brooches, earrings, cufflinks, keyrings, pendants and rings can all be made from this special coal-pouring plastic. So making presents is made easy with clear casters. It's clearly a beautiful way of making beautiful things. Clear casters.
Sometimes it seems to taste like the sun, or how it would be if you could taste fun. A glass and a half of Irish dairy cream milk makes Cadbury's taste smoother than silk. It tastes like the sound of children at play, or exactly what you want at the end of the day. It tastes so good that there isn't any doubt. That's what dairy milk is all about.
Full steam ahead! The 2:30 from Waterloo is running on time. Look out! Signal's changed. Phew, that was close.
The new electric railway from Lego.
Get into the Opel Ascona, engineered to put quality first so that you enjoy the roominess of a bigger car with smaller car economy. The Opel Ascona with front-wheel drive, 4-door saloon, 5-door hatchback. The Opel Ascona with a choice of engines, the 1.3S, 1.6S, 1.8E injected, and for petrol performance, diesel economy, the Opel Ascona 1.6 diesel. The Opel Ascona range. Look into it at your Opel dealer now. Opel, quality first, economy always.
Oh, baby, you're crying. Mummy's going to give you a bottle, a nice bath, and a shampoo, some pretty clothes, and we're ready for a walk in the garden. Oh, look, there's your father.
Tiny tears for all young mothers.
Add colour and shine to new woods with Ronseal wood shades.
The Ronseal range makes wood look good.
Take a trip to Toyland at Quinsworth. See Buckaroo. Take time at putting saddles and things on. Buckaroo. Carefully, because you never know when he's going to... Buckaroo. Wonderful toys, wonderful prices.
At Quinsworth.
In Toyland at Quinsworth.
Welcome back to Lansdowne Road, where it's a goal apiece, a brilliant goal to Grimes after a minute and a half, and then a silly goal conceded to Masida as the first half progressed. Let's get an estimation of that first half from our panel of experts, and let's go first to Liam Toohey. Liam, how did you read that first half?
Well, I thought it was an excellent first half for football supporters. A little disappointed that we gave away the goal at the finish. I think what happened, we were playing simple, direct football, and we were on top, and we allowed their unsavoury tackling to unsettle us. Now, the way we should have reacted, we should have either kept on playing and ignored it, or give them so much stick that they'd be worried about us. But we didn't either. We got upset a bit, and we started to concentrate on things other than playing simple, direct football.
Eamon Dunphy made the point during the first half that it was a typical cynical Spanish display by the back four, and it seems to me that we may have fallen for the oldest con job in the business.
Yes, well, I would imagine every player on the Irish side going out knows the way Spain play, and they're well known for it, so it's not a surprise, and we should be capable of taking that in our stride. And I think we allowed it to upset our rhythm, and we stopped playing simple direct football, which was the thing that had us on top in the first half.
Liam, Pat Courtney, that was a tremendous comeback in the first half by Ashley Grimes.
Yes, indeed. I think he's had a splendid game in midfield. He's a great left foot. Nice to see somebody apart from Liam Brady with such a natural left-footed player. And the goal after a minute and a half emphasised his shooting ability. He's involved in the build-up. Michael Robinson does very well here. Just coming up, his shot is blocked. It comes out. He lays it back beautifully to Grimes, and wham, right into the corner of the net. That was a first-class shot. He only had a split second really to hit the ball. But apart from that goal, I think Ashley's tackling, he's a long, skinny-looking player, but his tackling has been total commitment, and his passing has been very good as well. All in all, the Irish team, they've done amazingly well in the first half, I think. A great start, but the equalising goal, I think Frank Stapleton in particular would be very unhappy. dallied, fatal moment, and
well, we go through that goal before we finish this particular discussion, but in terms of the general Irish performance, we missed some of our stars, but nonetheless it's been suggested that perhaps missing them has added something to the performance overall from the other players.
Well, I think the 10 outfield players, you know, the commitment is 100% plus. The tackling has been fierce, but for our part mostly fair, apart from one booking. Obviously, after 20 minutes, the passion of the crowd and the early goal, the momentum did slow down a bit. I don't think you can expect a team to keep going and to be on top for 45 minutes, but I'm expecting for at least the first 20 minutes of the second half to have the same start as we began the game, and hopefully as good a start as in the first half.
Well, let's look towards the end of that second half, and let's look now at the second goal. Limmy, you were absolutely disgusted with the way that goal was conceded. It's a question of bad organisation, I think.
Yeah, I felt that a couple of lads didn't do their job at the back. It was a simple free kick, and we had enough of bodies around the place to have picked every Spanish player up. But the lad was left behind everybody, 3 yards clear of our last defender, to volley the ball into the net. It was a goal that shouldn't have happened. It doesn't normally happen in international football that you can get a free player inside the 6 yard area like that.
Well, we're going to watch it now. So perhaps you might point out the inadequacies.
Yes, well, if you see here now, we have a little wall up, and the lad floats the ball across to the far post. Now, watch the lad outside everybody. Look at him. Now, that doesn't happen in international football. We had 2 extra men at the back, but unfortunately people weren't picking up. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Now, what will Owen Hand be saying to them at half-time, do you think? What will he be expecting in the second half?
Well, I think Owen is a realist. I think he knows that we should be in front at half-time. We gave away a silly goal.
Has it gone away from us, do you think, at this stage?
No, it's not, no. He'll be asking them to impose themselves again. And I think knowing Owen, he'll be saying, OK, if they're going to give you a bit of stick, then, you know, you give them a bit of stick, and let's get ourselves back into the game. The simple, direct football that we played in the first 20 minutes got us into the driving seat, and I think Owen will get them doing that again.
Pat? Do you think Ireland have the ability to win?
I think they have. Spain had one shot in the first half, a free kick when the player was allowed, you know, a vital second to shoot the ball into it. Apart from that, they've really done nothing. They've looked dangerous a couple of times perhaps on the break with their speed, but really Jim McDonough has had nothing at all to do in the first half. I'm a little disappointed with Kevin O'Callaghan, who really hasn't been in the game at all as a winger. You know, he's worked back particularly well, but he hasn't been effective as a forward. I'd like to see him attack his full-back a lot more in this half.
All right, well, let's see how the second half develops, and let's return now to our commentator, Jimmy McGee.
Phil O'Herlihy, Pat Courtney, Liam Toohey, thank you very much indeed. Back here on the field, still no players. Well, no football players. We have musical players, all right. The band of the Garda Síochána entertaining the crowd here, and the Spanish substitutes keeping themselves toned up with some practice around the goal. Well, while we're awaiting the reappearance of the teams, what's wrong with a bit of music? Just don't play, you know, they dance as well. That appears to be the end of the musical interlude. Still no sign of the re-emergence of the teams. 1-1 then at half-time between Ireland and Spain. A mighty performance really from an Irish team when you consider it's without Dave Langan, David O'Leary, Kevin Moran, Ronnie Whelan, Jerry Daly, Tony Galvin, Gary Waddock. One brief glimpse of an unsavoury incident there. As Spain come back. Mick Martin, Kevin O'Callaghan, Chris Houghton, Liam Brady, Frank Stapleton, Ashley Grimes, Mark Lawrenson. Liam Brady, Sampdoria and Genoa. Michael Robinson, whose fine run and survival of one stiff challenge made the goal for Ashley Grimes. Marcos had a very good end to the second half for the Spaniards. One particularly good run, was exciting and skillful. 10 as Victor has been Liam Brady's marker. "31 minutes or thereabouts past 3 o'clock on the Lansdowne Road clock as Santillana prepares to kick off for Spain. Marcos. Godillo. Lovely little ball back for Marcos. Godillo again. Losing out to Devine. But here's Marcos on the ball. Worth a go, and this Marcos fella's going to take a bit of watching. Devine. Robinson to Stapleton. What a challenge by Camacho. Now it's Robinson. Godillo. Houghton. Victor. And Senor has made this break for Spain, and Ireland's in trouble. Senor made the break. Martin tried to keep it out, but the ball ends up in the net, and Spain lead 2-1 with a goal in just after a minute of the second half. They congratulate themselves. Marcos and Camacho were all involved, but Senor really was the man. The little midfielder who had such a brilliant first half, breaking on the right. Look at the space he was afforded by Ireland. Houghton tried to get back to him, had the shot, Martin was in, and in the net the ball ended, and Spain lead 2-1. Eamon Dunphy.
Yes, I made the point early in the first half about the problems we have on the left side of our defence, and that was a classic, really. There's no need for a player to have that amount of space. They didn't have the extra men. It's just a question of concentration and keeping your position. And if the problem with international football, well, not the problem, the reality of international football really is if you do leave holes, good players will take advantage of it. And terribly sorry for Mick Martin. Mick's left holding the can again, as he was when he played in Rotterdam a couple of months ago, only through the fact that he was the one who was trying to put right the mistakes of other people. That was Chris Houghton's fault. He left a big hole on the left-hand side of the field, and although the goal will go against Mick Martin, it's not Mick's fault in any way, it's Chris Houghton's, and also tightening up in the middle of the field. That's a desperate goal to give away, and it tells you a lot about our organisation at the moment.
So here we have a team at international level that takes the lead against the Spaniards. After 1.5 minutes, what a start at this level, and found themselves with a couple of minutes gone in the second half, 2-1 down. Spain must really be believing that all their birthdays have come together.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, there's the crowd reacting very, very ignorantly, to put it mildly. They're booing Mick Martin. That goal was not Mick Martin's fault. This really is the problem in football. We can never identify the people because we don't know enough about it. That was Chris Hughton's fault, but it's Mick Martin who's going to take the booze for the rest of this half.
Here is Martin. To Grealish. To Brady. Callahan is out there, but so is Juan Jose. Now Houghton. Blocked by Bonnet and a corner to Ireland. Tony Grealish, the Irish skipper. Can he get the team moving again? Really two awful goals to give away. But a very wide, alert Spanish team availing of errors. In goes Stapleton. Here's Martin. Grimes. O'Callaghan. Did nicely. In goes Robinson. And Arconada was left groping at thin air at Lansdowne as Robinson came in. And a corner kick to Ireland. And the crowd trying to get behind that team again. Which is much nicer to hear than the booing of an Irish player. Liam Brady with the corner kick. Lawrenson's up there in the penalty area. Arconada punches the ball so much. Houghton, and it was blocked away by an Irish player. Santillana. Camacho. Bonnet. Juan Jose. O'Callaghan. Grimes. Brady. Lawrenson. Bonnet's challenge on Stapleton, and remember, Bonnet is already on a yellow card. Liam Brady's free kick. Stapleton. Kevin O'Callaghan. Nicely robbed by Petrezza. Lawrenson. I think Robinson may have misinterpreted the momentum of that. Thought for a moment he had no chance of getting it, and then too late realised he had. Lawrenson. He's had a good match against Santillana, a difficult player, particularly in the air. Lawrenson. Houghton. O'Callaghan. His control let him down. Grimes. Lawrenson. Stapleton. Robinson. O'Callaghan. Grimes. Good lazy cross. In goes Robinson. But Devine had come too far forward. And it was Devine with Santillana in that challenge.
Tony!
Santillana with the knock-on for Marcos. Lawrenson. Back to McDonough. Brady. Houghton is the next Irish player. Bonnet. Brady is fouled. Referee's left in an interesting situation here with the number 10 Victor and the number 5 Bonnet, because the next serious misdemeanor they must be sent off, both on yellow cards. Stapleton, Ashley Grimes, Juan Jose, Grealish did well. Brady. Grealish to Grimes. Chance of the shot again from Grimes. Blocked away by Gordillo. Santillana took a knock. Marcos took another. And John Devine could very well see a yellow card here. It's Santillana who's injured. And colleague Eamon Dunphy, I think, most unhappy with Ireland's general performance.
Yeah, there's not much to say. We've degenerated from the opening few minutes, and we're now really not playing at all. It's stages like this in the game. We need people to get on the ball and play, but things are so disorganised that one always has the feeling that Spain can go ahead again.
Sorry to interrupt you, Eamon, for a moment, but Arconada came out of his goal a moment ago, came to the referee and complained bitterly about the tackling, particularly that's put Santillana down, and he was threatened with a yellow card. Sorry.
That's the kettle calling the pan black. No, I think we have a real problem now. We need leadership on the field. That's what this team lacks. And funnily enough, Mick Martin is one of the few people who's capable in terms of character of providing it. We need leadership on the field. We need to get hold of the game. But there's a sad lack of belief in the Irish performance at the moment, Jimmy. I don't believe it either.
Mickey Walsh is getting ready to possibly come into the match. Camacho's free kick for Spain. Martin's clearing head out. Drops to Marcos. Marcos Santillana. Here's Brady. Martin. Who's going to come off to let Mickey Walsh in? Will he come in as a front player or a midfield player? Kevin O'Callaghan and Tony Grealish are perhaps the two who may be most worried about continuing in the game. It's all become so untidy as Santillana feeds Senor. Victor. Lawrenson gets across to Marcos. To Devine. He's gone for a corner kick.
That's an appalling lack of concentration, Jimmy, at this level, really is.
Mickey Walsh continues to warm up. Spain in no hurry, and who can blame them? Brady takes down Gordillo. And the light is beginning to fade, and fade rapidly here at Lansdowne Road. In fact, the television pictures you're seeing far exaggerate the sort of daylight that the live spectators have here at Lansdowne. Gordillo. O'Callaghan losing out to Juan Jose. And it's Grimes who's back. Grimes, a good ball to Robinson. Stapleton pulls two defenders out of the middle, but there was no support coming for Robinson quickly enough. And Tony Grealish looks to be carrying an injury. Tony Grealish is most certainly carrying an injury, as Lawrenson comes forward for Ireland. To Houghton. It really is now that the Irish team needs the crowd support. When they're behind, that's when you need encouragement. And the crowd is beginning to get quiet and beginning almost to accept that Spain have this game. There's some wild challenges there as Marcos takes it for Spain. Tries to feed it through to Victor. Ah, yes, and that totally wraps it up. A fine goal by Spain. They took Ireland apart bit by bit. They took slices off the loaf. Wild tackles by Irish players that finally put Santillana down injured in the penalty area. But in the end, all to no avail for Ireland. The thing became a mess. Devine was there, number 2. In went Victor. Goalkeeper was caught. And it was an empty net, gaping, and Spain gladly filled it. It's 3-1. 3-1, and Tony Grealish is going off the Irish team to be replaced by Mickey Walsh. And that surely Eamon Dunphy has closed the big door on it now.
Yes, it's been obvious from about 15 minutes before half-time that Spain had a grip on this match, and they've made it count by scoring the goals when the chances presented themselves. One has to question why Tony Grealish, who's been obviously injured for the last 10 minutes, was allowed to stay on the field, and why the change wasn't made. He was contributing nothing and leaving a hole there, but really, that's only a detail. This is a terrible shambles of a performance, and it raises all kinds of question marks about what's going on with this Irish team.
3-1 the scoreline then. In goes Grimes. Grimes, who got the first one, was close with another one then. And Ashley Grimes, with the threat perhaps of suspension in England hanging over him, nonetheless has shown that when he's within sight of target, he's prepared to have a go with foot or head. Mickey Walsh has gone into the midfield as a direct replacement for Tony Grealish. And there he is. Stapleton rising. Spain in control of it, and here's Gordillo. Pedraza on the right. There'll be a lot of idle chatter about the tactics of Spain in the physical sense. But don't let that cloak the fact that they've so much skill and so much ability, and perhaps most of all, the ability to punish mistakes by the opposition. Lawrenson. Brady to Lawrenson again. Houghton. Grimes. Handball. And the crowd behind the goal absolutely convinced of it. But the referee, and he's the one who matters, says it's a corner kick to Ireland, which Brady will take with the score at 3-1. and only 18 minutes gone in the second half. Mickey Walsh was in there looking for a header. Maceda got it away. Pedraza mixed up there in that. He's the number 7. Brady, in goes Stapleton! Frank Stapleton has scored! And Ireland is back in the game. Liam Brady's free kick. A copybook header by Stapleton, and his 9th goal for Ireland in 30 internationals. And now the crowd have started to roar again. 3-2. Question marks in the Spanish defence on that one, just as Ireland would have question marks about Maceda's goal in the first half.
Yes, I think the goalkeeper, Arcanada, was to blame there. Liam just floated that ball in, and the keeper had plenty of time to come and collect it. And if you see Bonnet, the big Spanish centre-half, hit a right go at the goalkeeper when the ball was lying in the back of the net. It's a bad goal for Spain to concede. It means we're set for what they call a grandstand finish, but it looks to me like two very, very ordinary sides belting each other with pillows.
Still 25 minutes to go, and a lot of dark clouds around Lansdowne Road. Wonder how the light will hold up here. That's the next problem. Here's Brady. Robinson. Mickey Walsh. Devine got a knock there for Marcos as the Spanish winger passed him by. Lawrence to Martin. Martin to Brady. Here's O'Callaghan taking on Juan Jose. And the injured Irish player is John Devine. Well, one Mickey Walsh has come on, and the other Mike Walsh is now getting ready in case John Devine does not recover. Well, somebody's put a token in the applause machine, and the crowd is back in action again.
They always are when it's 3-2 and the home team's coming from behind. But really, what's happening on the field, they might lift the players now. It is conceivable. It's happened before with Irish teams, but really, players should lift themselves.
Brady's corner, the flick on, the knock on, and it's taken off the line by Arcanada. Mickey Walsh trying to get it in, and what a miracle escape for Spain as Brady's corner came over. That was really one that will be talked about for a while. Arcanada eventually got the smother that mattered. And in many ways, this is a triumph for the crowd here at Lansdowne, doing their level best to get this Irish team going again, and they're just succeeding. Here's John Devine, in goes Stapleton, and Stapleton's floored, and now the referee has got a small problem that may become a bigger one. Stapleton floored by a Spanish defender. The linesman was perfectly positioned, and in fact it's a free kick to Spain. Whistle had gone all right. After which Stapleton's jaw was tested. Three-quarter way through the match, and a missile has been thrown onto the ground. And that probably will mean another fine for the FAI. The referee brings it over. Whoever did that may think they're supporting the team, but they're doing the very opposite. It's a match that certainly isn't short of passion. Here's Godillo of Spain. Santillana trying to get through. Houghton. Here's Grimes. Robinson. There's still enough time left. 20 minutes to go in the match and one goal between the sides. Kevin O'Callaghan. Stapleton.
Looks like the crowd have finally got to Mick Martin. It's understandable. The lad's probably taken so much stick here this afternoon, unfair stick, that at last they've got to him. There's nothing worse than having 40,000 people booing your every move, and it's finally got to Mick Martin.
Devine's header. Marcos. Juan Jose. Pedraza. Juan Jose. Senor. Victor. Camacho. Crowd want an up and under. Stapleton gets the flick on. Maceda for Spain. Foul by Santillana and John Devine. Brady. Marcos will be booked. Yes, it's Marcos who's booked. Making it the fourth Spaniard to see the yellow card. Brady over the free kick. The last one brought the Stapleton headed goal. Pedraza it is who boots it away. Here's Martin. In by Houghton. Out by Brady to O'Callaghan. And Marco stops him. Juan Jose. Great ball to Godillo. And look at Pedraza coming up on his left. Chance to make it 4-2. Good challenge, John Devine. And Lawrenson is penalised. Spain are going to bring off Pedraza. So Martin has come in for Spain, for Pedraza. So we now have two Martins in the field, one for Spain and one for Ireland. Dunno, getting across as Marcos walloped that one. And Spain are thinking of a second substitution. I do believe the last public address announcement, which you probably heard there, was the attendance that said 39,000 people at Lansdowne Road. And mind you, they're going to find it very difficult to see the finish of this game because it really is getting dark here now. Martin is fouled, free kick to Ireland. The crowd may be getting at Mick Martin, but he certainly isn't shirking his responsibility. Keeps on wanting to be involved. That, I suppose, is the greatest sign of all for a professional. (3-2). Spain leads. Spain already with a win over Iceland in Malaga a couple of weeks back. They struggled to win that one 1-0. Lawrenson's header straight to Juan Jose. Devine. Camacho, who's had a splendid game on Robinson. Devine to O'Callaghan. Mark Lawrenson. Back for O'Callaghan. Oh, beautifully leaving Gordillo. And Victor. Great run by O'Callaghan. And it's in! Frank Stapleton has scored! Frank Stapleton from O'Callaghan's cross. The most magnificent of goals. Lawrenson and O'Callaghan involved, but it really was Kevin O'Callaghan's masterpiece. One tackle, two tackles he left for dead. The cross to the far post, and there was dead-eyed Dick Stapleton for his 10th international goal. It's level. And in the darkness of Lansdowne Road, it's 3 goals apiece. But what a great piece of football by Kevin O'Callaghan.
Yes, it was brilliant. He hasn't done a thing for 76 minutes, and that's the first real contribution he's made to the game. And that was a beautiful run and a beautiful cross. And Frank Stapleton did well on the far post. Another player who hadn't contributed much for the most of the game until he scored the first goal 10 minutes ago. Now he scored 2, and anything is possible. There's no sense to this game as far as the football man's concerned, but it's certainly entertainment, and the Spanish are in a terrible state at the moment.
Now the last 12 hard minutes to come as twilight falls in Dublin. 3-3, a marvellous fighting comeback by Ireland. And an evening to remember in the goal-scoring sense for that workaholic Frank Stapleton. Offside and a free kick to Ireland. Spain have brought on Roberto for the injured Santillana. And I don't think I've ever heard a noisier Lansdowne Road for soccer, athletics or rugby. And I've seen them all here. This is Kevin O'Callaghan. Showing his skills on the ball now. A game that Ireland looked to have and then gave away. A game that Spain had wrapped up in yellow and red ribbons, and they have given it away. And it's there for the taking now. 11 minutes to go. Liam Brady's free kick. Stapleton impeded going in for the ball. Juan Jose boots it away. But it's Martin who's back to nurse it to McDonough. McDonough to Devine. Devine to O'Callaghan. You don't get many international matches at 3-3. There may be mistakes in technique and tactics, but the crowd are happy at the moment. As Stapleton gives it to O'Callaghan, and he just didn't quite catch it on the meat. But again, Stapleton showing his worth, and what a fine player is Big Frank.
He is. He's done well the last 10 or 15 minutes. I thought for most of the match he wasn't doing his stuff up front. I thought his head dropped, but he's done well. He's taken his chances when they presented themselves. But Spain are in an even bigger mess now than we were 20 minutes ago. It's quite remarkable for an international football match. It takes me back to the time when I was playing. This reminds me of Dalymount Park, Jimmy Ward and Lansdowne Road.
Spain in total disarray. They're arguing among each other. They're blaming each other for mistakes of all descriptions. And a yellow card for Meseda for kicking the ball away. That's 5 of the Spanish team have been booked. Brady, Meseda, Senor. Less than 10 minutes left at Lansdowne. Victor. The man who made it 3-1 for Spain, looking for Roberto. And nobody has played better than Mark Lawrence this evening. He's looked a class player throughout. Martin to Liam Brady. Stapleton to Grimes. Another free kick to Ireland. Is it possible that after, with 25 minutes to go, Ireland with 3-2 down, with a half an hour to go, 3-1 down, with 8 minutes to go, is it just possible they could win it? Chris Houghton. Spanish ball. Juan Jose to take the free kick for Spain. Now he'll leave it for Senor. Lawrence in there again to Houghton to McDonough. He just may hoist one up for Michael Robinson and Stapleton. Here comes Robinson to meet it. Walsh. That's a terrific run out of the back by Bonnet. And he's fouled by Ashley Grimes. But a marvellous run by the big centre-back when Spain were under pressure. He had the control, the pace, and most of all the confidence to keep on going and lift the siege. Here's Juan Jose. O'Callaghan back to McDonough as Roberto came in to challenge. Ashley Grimes, Chris Houghton. Grimes again, looking leg weary. Robinson. Martin. Losing it out. Brady challenging Victor. Martin in there again to battle with Roberto. Grimes. Houghton. Brady. Somewhere out of all that mess, Ireland have possession, and Juan Jose with a wild challenge on Brady, but it's got to be said that Brady caught him too. And a foul on Stapleton by Bonnet, and the referee is now shirking his responsibility because Bonnet's on a yellow.
Well, I just take issue with you there. I think there's more bad acting going on there than you'd see in a village hall, Jimmy.
Here's Lawrenson. It's heavy drizzle at Lansdowne Road to add to the bad light. Lawrenson coming forward. Marcos in the challenge. Grimes to Stapleton. Looking across for Michael Robinson. That's Senores back there, and a corner kick to Ireland. Just about 4.5 minutes of normal playing time left. Brady for Mickey Walsh. Brady again. And yet another corner kick for Ireland. Mark Lawrenson is telling John Devine to get forward, and he'll mind the house. So really it's 9 Irish players up and around that penalty area. Arcanaga got the touch that mattered. There was a foul in there on the goalkeeper. And Ashley Grimes picks himself up. A little worse of the wear. So with just that less than 4 minutes to go, that's the scoreline. Remarkable in international football. Ireland 3, Spain 3. Great start by Ireland. Looked to be on song for a win. Then Spain came and hammered them to make it 3-1. But then Ireland came back, and 2 goals by Stapleton has brought them right back into it. As the rain pours down, the light fails, and the crowd keep on shouting. Houghton back to McDonough, and again it's a Gary on. And Martin penalised for the foul on Roberto. Referee checks his watch, and that will tell him that there's just 3 minutes to go. That pass back meets with the sort of disapproval that I'm sure even Juan Jose himself might expect. Mark Lawrenson to McDonough, and again Gary Owen. It's Lawrenson to cover. Ireland pushing as many forward as they can dare now. Houghton's throw to Grimes. Maceda's there. Mickey Walsh to Ashley Grimes, to Chris Houghton. Mark Lawrenson. Martin. Breaks to Robinson. Mickey Walsh getting it on his right foot. And Arcanada denies Michael Robinson. And the free kick's been given. 1 minute to go. Here's Cordelia with John Devine closing in. Mickey Walsh to Kevin O'Callaghan. It's come back to Mickey Walsh. That's looking for Robinson over there. Here's Grimes. That was Ashley Grimes' foot that went flying through the air and made no contact with ball nor man. As they say on these cards they've got up on television, do not adjust your sets. It's just the sort of darkness we have here at Lansdowne Road. But you're definitely having a better view than the paying customers here, that's for sure. Roberto. And Lawrenson has got in so many crisp tackles, so many fine interceptions, that the day he has looked a class apart. First he mastered Santillana, one of the acknowledged best centre-forward players in Europe. And it would be a pity if this game was won or lost now with a goal in the darkness. Juan Jose with the free kick for Spain. Yes, little header from Victor. The game is now firmly in injury time. The referee is about to blow, I think. As Spain attack one more time. Whistle goes into referee's mouth. Full-time whistle is gone, and Spain have got a point. And with that, I'm sure they are delighted as the teams leave the field in a 3-all draw. Ireland taking the lead after 1.5 minutes through Ashley Grimes. Maceda equalising. Then Spain going 3-1 in front with goals, an OG and a Victor goal. But then Frank Stapleton springing into action and getting 2 more international goals to make his take now 1 every 3 games for Ireland. 10 in 30 matches for Big Frank. I don't know how the crowd feel about it. They cheered enough, they applauded enough through the game. And 6 goals in an international match, even on a wet, dark Wednesday afternoon, cannot be bad value. Maybe technically and tactically it could have been better, but value nonetheless, Eamon Dunphy.
Well, it was entertainment. The question you'd have to ask yourself afterwards, was it football? But nevertheless, it's a good result for Spain. It's a bad result for us. We drop another home point. But in the circumstances, being 3-1 down, the players did respond to the situation, helped by the crowd, and it took me back to the days when I used to play in Dalymount. We were a bad side then, and in truth, I think, in world terms, we were a bad side today. But we got a point, the crowd were entertained, so I don't suppose we should complain too much at the moment.
Just very briefly, Eamon, any particular individuals you'd like to pick out? I was mentioning Mark Lawrenson there.
Yes, I thought Mark Lawrenson did well. I thought Ashley Grimes did very, very well. He got in around the box all through the game. He was always there looking for the half chance. He was unlucky not to score a second goal with a header that the keeper did well to save. Ashley worked very hard and did very, very well indeed. But other than him, I thought John Devine did well at right back, but I don't really think there were too many outstanding performances. There were more disappointments for me than good performances. And I think at the end of the day, to be hypercritical perhaps, but to be objective, we conceded 3 goals.